Medellín meets the primary requirements for remote work. The city offers reliable fiber internet, an established cafe culture for coworking, and a cost of living that makes multi-month stays feasible for most digital nomads. Most arrivals follow a predictable path, booking their initial stay in the southern district of El Poblado. This district operates as an English-speaking hub. The restaurants have translated menus, and the co-working staff can handle almost any request in English. It is a convenient environment, but one that is largely detached from the daily life of the rest of the city. This view of the residential slopes shows the true scale of the metropolitan area. Beyond the tourist district, the city consists of dense, brick-built neighborhoods where English is rarely spoken. Moving into these areas requires a specific linguistic shift. You aren't just using standard Spanish, you are navigating the Paisa dialect, which is native to the Antioquia region. Treating the city as a uniform experience is a mistake. The best neighborhoods and the most authentic daily interactions are separated from the tourist hub by a clear linguistic requirement. Before you arrive, you have to decide if learning a regional dialect is a practical use of your time, or if standard English and basic Spanish are enough to get by. This matrix maps the city's neighborhoods against the language skills required to function in them. On the vertical axis, we have the common nomad districts, Poblado, Laureles, and Envigado. The horizontal axis tracks the necessary language level. In El Poblado, your financial costs are high, but your language requirement is minimal. You can live, work, and socialize there using only English. As you move toward Laureles or Envigado, the cost of living drops significantly. However, these rows shift the language requirement to the far right, into the Paisa dialect. Paisa is more than just an accent. It uses a specific melodic structure and a unique set of regional vocabulary and filler words used by everyone in the valley. The return on your time spent learning this dialect depends entirely on your location and the length of your stay. If you are visiting Medellín for a trial run of 2 to 4 weeks, El Poblado is often the most efficient choice. These high-rises offer modern, reliable infrastructure. You can land, walk into a co-working space, and start working immediately without any language-related friction. The convenience comes at a price. Rent and food in this district are often priced for tourists, sometimes matching the rates you would find in North American or European cities. Your daily life remains within a transactional bubble. You interact with other expats and staff who are accustomed to English-speaking visitors. Staying here is a valid strategy for short-term visits, but it filters out the authentic neighborhood life that characterizes the rest of the city. If your stay is between 1 and 6 months, your focus should shift to middle-class neighborhoods like Laureles and Envigado. You find the best rental deals here by negotiating directly with building administrators, rather than relying on platforms like Airbnb. During negotiations, standard Spanish words like alquiler and enchufe mark you as a tourist. The local Paisa terms are arriendo and corriente. Using these signals, you understand the market, building immediate trust with landlords and leading to better rental rates. Local etiquette also requires using the filler word pues at the end of your sentences. It matches the polite, melodic rhythm of the city and makes your speech sound more natural to residents. When working in neighborhood cafes, always ask permission before setting up. Phrases like "Puedo quedarme aquí unas horas?" followed immediately by a request for the Wi-Fi password will earn you respect from the owners. In these neighborhoods, a small set of Paisa-specific phrases results in lower costs and more genuine connections with your neighbors. El Centro is the city's commercial center. Down at ground level, the tourist-friendly infrastructure disappears completely. Navigating the daily markets here requires a quick understanding of street prices and the ability to make informal requests in a fast-paced environment. You'll need to swap "cuánto cuesta" for the street-level "a como." You'll also hear local slang like "parce" for a friend and "chimba" to describe something excellent. While the environment is intense, it is also the historic core of the region, housing the city's most significant art and architecture. El Centro is the ultimate test of your language preparation. It can be intimidating if you arrive unprepared, but it offers the deepest immersion in the city. Language preparation becomes critical when you deal with administrative tasks, such as applying for the digital nomad visa at Migración Colombia. In these government offices, relying on a translation app can lead to misunderstandings or rejected paperwork. You need to communicate clearly with officials who work exclusively in Spanish. You must use correct bureaucratic terms. Ask how much a process demora, not tarda, and confirm if your documents must be apostillado. Misinterpreting these can result in a denied application, forcing you to repeat a weeks-long process. Precise local vocabulary is the baseline for your legal stay. Without these specific terms, navigating Colombian bureaucracy becomes a cycle of rejection and rework. Your timeline determines how much effort you should put into learning the local dialect. This scorecard helps identify your needs. The short-term tourist is on the left, the long-term nomad on the right. For a 1-month stay, El Poblado and English are sufficient. For anything longer, look at Laureles or Envigado and prioritize learning the Paisa dialect. Generic language apps often fail long-term nomads because they teach a formal Spanish that makes you sound like a tourist the moment you speak to a landlord. The StreetTongue app is designing to solve this problem by teaching the specific regional dialects you actually hear on the street. Follow the link in the description to download the app and learn the phrases and pronunciation used in Medellín before you arrive. Which neighborhood sounds like the right fit for your next move? Let us know in the comments and share any experiences you've had with local slang in your travels.